Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We begin tonight with a follow-up to that horrific story out of Warroad, Minnesota. We told you about the 6-year-old boy who was molested in a public restroom last week.
Court documents say 18-year-old Dalton Keiser forced the boy to perform oral sex on him and then did the same to the child. The mom was waiting for her son to come out of the men's bathroom at the Warroad campground. She said when he came out, he was emotionally upset and told his mom that a man did disgusting things inside.
Today, we set out to find out what you can do and what you need to know to keep your children safe. Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer investigates.
He's 10, so he gets to go into the boys' bathroom by himself, and I stand outside the door.
Ashley Snyder is a mother of 5 active, healthy, and happy children. She has both boys and girls, and she says when the need arises, it can be hard for her to always bring them inside the bathroom with her. But she tells us she always brings in the younger ones. And for the older kids, like her 10-year-old son, she still waits outside for him.
I think that he has every capability of knowing and understanding safety and things like that. If there was an issue, he could yell for me.
So we asked the question, when is it safe to allow your kids to use a public bathroom alone? Brittany Kind, an early child care consultant, tells us this can be a gray area for a lot of parents.
It's really based on preference and how parents feel. A lot of it is a comfort thing too.
But she says a family bathroom is the easiest solution.
A dad with a daughter that doesn't want to bring them in that restroom with the men, a family restroom is a great option.
And Snyder agrees. She tells us she thinks using family restrooms can prevent dangerous situations. And they are a lifesaver for her and her 5 kids.
We're in a high-trafficked, high-communal area with a lot of strangers.
But Sergeant Tim Brigham with the Cass County Sheriff's Department tells us it doesn't matter where you are, and it doesn't matter how vigilant you are. Predators can be lurking.
People need to quit being naive to the fact that it can't happen to them or their family or happen here. And always exercise on the side of caution.
Sergeant Brigham adds if something doesn't look right, to trust your instinct. And that's something Snyder does. She says she's always watchful of her surroundings, just like you might expect with a busy mom of 5. In Fargo, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
Now, the child care consultant we spoke with says not all places have family restrooms available. So what else can you do to keep your kids safe? Well, experts in the child development field say to avoid restrooms with more than one entrance, like at some parks. They say to tell your children to use a private bathroom instead of the urinal. And above all else, stand in the door and talk to your child until they're finished.
We've been able to look at transcripts from a hearing involving Justice Lang, the woman charged in the death of her 4-month-old baby boy. Detective Jason Falk says officers took a report of a missing person, child endangerment type of situation. He says the child's father, Jason Wild, called and reported that his girlfriend, Justice Lang, had taken off in a vehicle that she didn't own. And in that report, Wild says Lang was a meth addict and that she took off with the boy and felt she was off using drugs and or in hiding. Detective Falk also indicated that he interviewed Lang while she was in the hospital in Fargo. Falk says this led searchers to a field. He says in Lang's initial statement, she said that after being there for 3 or 4 days, the baby was not waking up. She says Lang confirmed to investigators that the baby was dead, and she provided information that helped them find the baby's body. Lang stands charged with manslaughter and child neglect. And if you want to read the full transcript or listen to an exclusive phone conversation with Lang, they're both posted on our website. Go to valleynewslive.com.
Police have released a photo of the man who they say pointed a gun at 2 employees at Royal Liquors and demanded money. In the picture, you can see the man holding up what appears to be a handgun inside the store. The suspect is described as a black man with a thin build, about 5'10" to 6 foot, wearing a dark blue windbreaker, black pants and sunglasses. Authorities have confirmed the alleged robber threatened 2 employees before making off with some cash just before midnight last week. It's unknown how much money he got away with.
Police are looking for a driver involved in a chase who got away from officers early this morning. They tried stopping him for having an expired registration near the 1700 block of Main Avenue East in West Fargo. After the car took off, officers were able to disable it, and then that's when the driver ran off. A canine was brought in but couldn't find the individual. A weapon, however, was found in the vehicle. No description of the driver has been given.
Police in Moorhead are looking for the suspect involved in a knife fight that left one person hurt. A fight broke out in the 800 block of 30th Avenue South around 1 this morning. That's near the Dairy Queen and the Safari Theater. Two people were fighting when one pulled out a knife and injured the other person. The extent of injuries isn't known at this time. Police have not released a description of the suspect yet.
Get your grilling in, your lawn mowed, or simply go outside and enjoy the weather right now. There could be some rain later on. Let's check in with Hutch, who just finished chowing down at this week's backyard barbecue. Hutch?
That indeed I did, Mike Morgan, and oh, that Cashwise steak was delectable. It was delicious. Let's talk about the weather, though, shall we? Hey, outdoors right now, very quiet for most areas, but the radar does show, well, actually temperatures are in the 80s here in the Southern Valley, some 70s way out to the south and east where there's more clouds and some showers making their way through. Right now, Aberdeen at 69 degrees. Here is that radar. South Dakota seeing the brunt of the shower activity. A lot of lightning there, but not a lot of severe weather in northeast South Dakota. The Devil's Lake Basin seeing hit and miss showers and thunder showers there. So mainly along and south of Interstate 94 and the Devil's Lake Basin will have a chance this evening at seeing some showers and storms. For Fargo-Moorhead, it looks great. Your evening looks fairly quiet. We will see an increase in clouds and temperatures slipping slowly through the 70s, a little bit on the humid side this evening. Grand Forks, we can't rule out an isolated thunder shower in your area this evening, but for the most part, it looks quiet, slipping into the 60s by bedtime tonight. We are in West Fargo at Destiny Steel's home, and you've been a wonderful host for this. Where did you sign up to win?
In the meat department at Cashwise in West Fargo.
Now, you had a chance to taste the steak. I did, but I want your opinion live on television. What was that steak like?
These ribeyes are awesome. You just got to go buy some and grill them yourself because they are the best steaks ever.
Super. Now, this young man is Deshaun, and you are what, a expert in hot dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the Cashwise hot dog you had.
It was terrific.
Terrific hot dog, juicy, the whole 9 yards. Okay, very good. And are you enjoying your summer, by the way? Oh, wonderful. All right, well, I got to tell you, Mike and Andrea, just a little bit of food left on the plate. I'm going to do my best to save a little something for you, Mike, but I cannot make any guarantees. Back in the studio to you.
Boy, have we heard that song sung before. Thanks.
Whether you're a kid or a kid at heart, there's a new store that offers a variety of fun for all ages and skill levels. Game Giant has opened its doors in downtown Fargo, offering classic board games like Sorry and Jenga to modern hits like Ticket to Ride and Catan, to party games like Codenames and Bananagram. Game Giant also carries a large selection of high-quality puzzles, toys, curiosities, and greeting cards.
A lot of it comes to kind of down to the same core principles that we are going with Vinyl Giant, where it's something that we want to provide our customers with things that they can get their hands on, they can interact, they can make those connections with the people around them.
Now, sponsor referenced Vinyl Giant. That's a record company that recently moved to downtown Fargo. Today's grand opening celebration continues until 9 o'clock tonight. Game Giant is located at 626 2nd Avenue North.
Donations are coming in to help the people of Watford City, North Dakota. Later on Valley News Live at 6, how much has been given to pay for repairs?
Up next, you can have an alcoholic beverage at this year's Downtown Street Fair, but you'll have to follow some rules.